Yeah, hello, Ae Kwan.
Hello,
Oh,
Gandon. How are you?
Juan. Yes, fine, fine. And you? How are you?
I'm fine. Just having Sunday interview. One of my favorite hobbies here.
Very good.
Yes, I'm very glad to have this
Yeah,
interview with you. So
yeah.
happy to
Oh,
be here.
thank you for the possibility.
Yes.
And your name is Ae Kwan. What does this mean?
Ekwan means love and perception in
Ah, okay.
Korean. Love and perception.
Oh, very good.
Ekwan.
Mm. And Ae Kwan, what is your profession?
My profession. I am organizer. Event organizer. I organize all kind of events like let's say big music festivals or television events or theater or dance or all kind of events I do.
Oh, very good.
This is my
In
profession. I have my company which is called Sold Out. I am partner director in Sold Out since 1998, so many years, and we do all kind of events. We have a very good reputation in Spain, and we
mm.
also work abroad internationally.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yes,
Very good.
yes. This is my profession, but my most
Ah,
important profession is to be a practitioner of
okay.
Buddhism.
Okay, very good. And you are also an abbot from the Madrid Dharma and a Soo disciple from Jikwang de Popsanim. Can you tell a little bit about your Dharma?
Yeah. Okay. So I live in Madrid. In Spain, there are already when I opened the Dharma, there was already one, which is in Barcelona, that is was created many years ago. And then so the Popsanin knew that I was living in Madrid, and then since Madrid is in the center of Spain, and geographically speaking is the center and also is the capital of the country. And then the President told me that it would be good that we open a Dharmasa in Madrid. So energy wise, it would be very good for the country and of
Mhm.
course for me. And then
Mm,
so then when it was in 2009 when the President said
mm,
that, and at that time I was still living with my wife and my two daughters. And then later on, my two daughters, they, how to say, they moved to Hawaii to live in the Honolulu's temple.
mhm. Wow.
And first was Rosa, the older one, and then Maria. So then is my wife and me. I am the abbot, and my wife is the vice abbess, I think it's called,
Mhm,
no?
mhm,
Yes. And so we practice. It is a, I mean, it's a great luck. It's really a great luck that
mm,
you have the Dharmasa in
mm,
because I live in the Dharmasa. I have
mm,
a house, let's say.
mhm,
So then we did a big renovation to make
mm,
a Dharma room
mhm,
and to bring the Buddha. And since then, well, everything has changed a lot for the best. And also very interestingly, um, this area where I live, it was how to say it was kind of lonely area, let's say, and not very important. But then since the Dharma side here, there has been a lot of development, urban development, and now this is one of the most how to say um, how do you say the price, the cost of the houses has increased a lot. Now, for example, the Real Madrid Football Club, they have their headquarters nearby, and we have many hospitals and many things has been developed here. And now also the Formula One, the Formula One, F1.
mhm, mhm.
Formula One is also coming then
Wow.
in from 2026 is coming also to this area.
Mm.
So everything has been flourishing,
Wow.
with the
Very
Dhamma
good.
size here. Yes, yes,
You
yes.
did a good Good job.
Yes, yeah, the Popsanin did a good job. Yes.
The Popsanim, yes,
Yes,
of
yes,
course.
yes. The Dharma room is like the antenna, no? The antenna of Popsanin. And
Oh, very good. And how do you come to the social Buddhism?
I don't know, but the only thing I know, I think it was 1989. I had met my wife, Ellie,
Mhm.
and I mean we met. I don't know, like let's say in May 1989, and then so we were really just recent lovers, let's say. And then it happened that Ellie was friend of a Buddhist practitioner, Lola. They were friends because they were
Uh-huh.
both, in a dance company.
Mhm.
And so then Lola, who is a disciple from the Bosaning, as you know, then Lola invite Ellie to a lecture from the Bosaning. The Bosaning was coming at that time to Barcelona
Mhm.
to give a lecture plus followed by a retreat in Barcelona,
Mhm.
a weekend retreat. Okay.
Mhm.
So then this lecture from the Bosaning was in, yeah, I think it was a Wednesday or something like that. And then, so basically, I follow Ellie to the lecture,
Uh-huh.
and we were there, and I didn't like very much because I was not interested in Buddhism or something
Mm.
like that. So
Mhm.
I just
Mm.
was there, and I remember that the room was full of people and
Mm.
was kind of
Mm.
too many people,
Mhm. Mhm.
before the lecture and so on. And then I was there, and it was getting late, and then I like very much to be on time. So then I was starting to get like nervous and smelling incense that I didn't like at that time, the smell of incense, the Buddha, the golden Buddha. I was there, what am I doing here, no? And then suddenly the Bobsering came up, the Bobsering came, and the only thing I remember is a smile from ear to ear. I smile just looking at the Bobsering, and the Sanin sat down, and the Sanin said, "We are not in this world for suffering. We are in this world to be happy."
Mm.
And then this sentence, it was my,
Mm. Mm.
I
Yeah.
got married with Buddhism, let's say.
Wow.
Yes.
Mm. And
And
this
then
was this.
I
Mm.
joined the retreat
Mm. Wow.
afterwards.
Oh
Yes.
wow. And this was the same year do you met Ellie at 1989. Was this the
It
same year?
was the same. I think it was the same week or the week after, something like that.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yes, it was
Wow.
immediately. So I
Oh.
have to, how to say, I have to be grateful to my wife also for this, no?
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
And then I started to practice. So then I did this retreat, and then I have interview with the Popsaning.
Mm.
The Popsaning I like very much all the teaching. I like very much the practice at that time, and still, I like very much body work. So the fact that the Popsaning, that the practice, the Yungwa practice, has the prostration and the
Mhm.
Kisong and so on, this I
Mhm.
like very much because
Mhm.
just to be seated is something that it was not very interesting for me at that time.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
then that there was movement, this was also a very, very interesting
Mhm.
to me. Then I practiced there, and then I stopped practicing for 12 years. So I did that, I
You
stopped
stopped
practicing.
practicing for 12 years?
I didn't continue practicing. Yes, yes. I did
Wow.
that retreat. I practiced a little bit, but I only practiced when I was, how to say, when I was in trouble.
Mhm.
Okay. So then I knew that this practice was very important for me.
Mhm.
And so when I felt I was not clear or I was, I don't know, something wrong, then I practice, no? Da, 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 da.
Mhm.
But I didn't practice regularly. This is
Mhm.
what I'm trying to say, okay?
Mhm.
And then in 2002, by the end of 2002, then I decide to go to the monastery. And then I met the Pope Sanin again in December. It was a winter retreat, December 2002. I participated in the retreat. And then I think this was the time when I really connected, and since then I have been practicing the rest from 2002 up to now. I've been practicing every day, no?
Wow.
But there is a gap in between 1989 and 2002 that I practiced just when I was in trouble. This is what I.
Oh. And what do you think makes the social Buddhism so valuable in relation to other lineages?
Other religions?
Yeah. Religions, no. The other Buddhist
or the Buddhist
lineages.
tradition, let's say.
Yeah.
Well, we are, I think that human beings, we are social beings, no? We cannot exist by ourselves. We exist because of others, basically, no? And so then if we exist because of others, then social Buddhism make all the sense because we live in society. And also I like very much that Buddhism in general is about equality, not everybody is equal. And so to live in society, in your daily life, being aware that everybody is equal is very interesting. It's very interesting and very, how to say, very rich, because you can respect everybody, you can learn from everybody. And of course, I also like to be in solitude, to be alone, this also I like, and I like very much, no? But I think that to put what you realize and what you practice, to put it into action, is at the end is the main purpose of Buddhism, and is the main purpose of the way to attain world peace, just to help everybody with your little realization.
Yeah.
And we are also very much protected with the precepts, as you know. So we have the 10 Buddhist precepts that they help you also to interact in life, no?
Please, can you say the 10 precepts for the people
The 10
who
precepts. Okay.
10 precepts about yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, the 10 precepts are, first one is not to kill. Second one is not to take things that have not been given. The third one is do not commit adultery. The fourth one is not to lie. And the fifth one is don't take intoxicant heedlessly. No? Number 6 is don't talk bad about the 4 kind of believers, which are monks, nuns, layman, and laywoman. Number 7 is don't compliment yourself and talk about the fault of others. Number 8 is don't be stingy with your belongings and greedy with the possessions of others. Number 9 is don't get upset or angry and always repent, regardless you have done right or wrong. And number 10 is don't conspire against the 3 jewels, which are Buddha, Absolute Truth, Dharma, and Sangha. Yes, I made it.
Was a test. No. No.
Yes.
In what situations has social Buddhism helped you?
From the morning
lot
to
of
the
things.
night. Yes. Yes, because at the end of the day, this precept, if you respect and follow these precepts, you are protected.
Mm.
You are protected. That is why when you take the precepts, you know, in Buddhism, it is said that you take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. No? You take refuge, meaning that you are protected. And for me, this is what the precepts and what Buddhism provide me in every day. You know? Every day, me and my friends and my family and my company and my country and the whole world. Because if you don't kill, if you don't lie, if you don't talk about the fault of others, if you respect everybody, if you are not greedy with the possession of others, if you are not jealous, if you don't get angry, all these things at the end of the day make your life easier. You know, at least it what happened to me, because at the beginning, okay, I took the 5 precepts and I remember that do not lie. No? I remember that do not lie. Um, then I start to practice not to lie at all, you know. And what happened is that it's very relaxing, you know. It's very relaxing. In one side, it's very relaxing because you know that you only say the truth. You don't have to, you know. Sometimes you have to say some white lie in order to protect somebody, just not to offend somebody or something like that, you know. But in general, it's very relaxing, and it protects you, because what I found as a business person is that the people perceive when you are a sincere person and a person that they can trust. And for example, it happened both in both directions with my clients, for example. Then my client, I realized that I go to a interview for a new business, something like that, you know, and I have noticed that I somehow I transmit some confidence, you know, that I am somebody trustable, let's say, and this helped me in my business too, you know. So protect me and also bring prosperity to me, for example. And also with my employees, no? With my employees is the same thing. I have to be sincere with them and loyal to them, and this is something that I get also a good feedback from them normally. So precepts are good always. Also, for me, it's very relaxing. Also, the so because normally, you know, in Buddhism, as you know, we take the 5 precepts first, and then after a couple of years, something like that, you are able to take the second 5, let's say, no? And then for me, the second 5 was more difficult, especially number 7, which is do not compliment yourself and talk about the fault of others. And which is, I think this is something that is very easy to, how to say, to fail on that, you know, because when you see, for example, I mean, I am a businessman, so I have employees, and sometimes I see that there are some that my employees maybe they do some mistake, no, and then I have to correct this mistake, no? But then I try to correct this mistake, but not considering this a fault, you know, it's a mistake, but it's not a fault. And I try not to think about the mistake that sometimes from time to time some employees made. No? But apart of that, I think it's very precept for me is a beautiful tool for your daily life. So I
Very
really
good.
like.
And has Buddhism changed you and your view of the world, and changed you personally?
Yes, yes, and I would like to have changed even more. I'm still on it. Yes, yes.
Like
Well,
everybody.
yes, yes, yes. Yes, of course, because I mean, I have made many mistakes, and still I make many mistakes, and what I have noticed is that I am more calm, let's say, than I used to be. I think I am more flexible, let's say.
Mhm.
I accept better the decision and behaviors from other people. And also something that I like very much is that I like the people. I've been always a social person, but I really like the people. And now more and more, I like the people.
Mhm.
I would say, I think my Dharma name, which is love and perception, I think
Mhm.
this has, I think it has increased with the pass of the time.
Mhm.
My, I mean, the power of love has
Mhm.
is a big thing, and
Mhm.
this is something that I really like, and I try to put into action every day. No? So it has
Yeah.
changed like that. I am more patient too.
Mhm.
I am more patient, even if I am very impatient, but I am more patient than before. I think that the practice, that the daily practice has helped me to calm down in general, you know,
Mhm. Mhm.
and to help me to take the right decision, the right action, and the right thoughts, of course. No?
Mhm. Mhm. And what do you think is so valuable about having a master?
Aha.
Yeah,
Okay.
because many people don't have such associations with the title master or master and don't want to become dependent. They prefer the term mentor.
Yeah, I know, I know. Yes, yes. Well, for me, first thing, um, I think a lot of people they have prejudice, you know, they have a prejudice. It's a kind of condition,
Mm,
but something I thought is okay. So in this social life where we live, we are supposed to learn only during a certain period of time. When we are kids, we go to school. When we are teenager, we go to high school. When we are adults, we go to the university, right? When you finish university, it's like, okay, now your time to learn has finished. It's done. Finito. Fantastic. And and for me, this is not my case, you know.
mm,
I went to school, I went to high school, I
mm,
went to university,
mm,
but still there is a lot of things to learn, you
mm,
know. And then so for me, I can study 300 masters, you know, specialties, but I need a master to guide me in life, you know, and to teach me also to make me understand the the how to say the deep
mm,
meanings of
mm,
this of life, you know,
mm,
and because at the end of the day, nobody has taught me that in the university, nor in the school, nor in the high school. You know,
mm,
I have a good education because of my parents, but the about how to say deep concept like love, like compassion, like equality, like mm, to be born, to grow, to get sick, to get old and die, you know, about the deep knowledge of the universe, all these all these concept that we normally learn from a master, from the Popsanin in this case, you know. And this is I mean, for me, I've been living in Japan for a couple of years when I was young and so on.
Oh.
I
Mhm.
had some teachers there, you know,
Mhm.
but I had never
Mm,
considered any of them a
mm,
master. You know,
mm,
they were
mm,
teachers of
mm,
certain disciplines, certain subject, you
mm,
know,
mm,
body, technique, all these kind of things.
mm,
But the Popsanin is giving us my master, which is called the Popsanin, is give me teaching every day, I perceive the energy of protection from my master every day, and this is not a, I don't smoke, I don't drink, So I mean, of course I drink, no, but I mean, I'm not okay. And this is something that if you don't have a master, you probably don't understand what it means. When you have a master, you would understand, no?
Yes. I think I read a daily reminder
Okay.
from Jikwang the Popsanim.
Yep.
Okay. Daily Fragrance of the Lotus Flower by Jikwang the Popsanim. 11,438, October 3rd, 2023, Lotus Buddhist Monastery. In the Goryeo dynasty in Korea, there was the fourth prince named the Daegak National Master, but his name was Ui-chun. When he was born, he was a very good-looking baby, but cried all day. His right hand did not open either. It was only when he heard the sound of the bell ringing that he would stop crying and smile. The king demanded to know where the sound of this bell was coming from. As his workers researched the matter, they realized that the source of the sound was coming from China. The king's subjects went to China and came across a Chinese monk. When the Chinese monk came, the baby smiled and opened its right hand. In the right hand, there was a writing, "Buddha has no power." The monk saw this and began crying, then started to do prostrations. He did this because he realized that the baby was his former master. The master had practiced hard, but could not accomplish what he wanted. Suddenly, he passed away because of a sickness. However, the monk would blame the practice and wrote, "Buddha has no power." But now he could see that Buddha has power. The monk was very happy to see that the master was born as a prince in the Goryeo dynasty. This baby grew up wanting to practice, and so he became a monk. He therefore went to China and learned much about Buddhism. So he became a great national master in the Goryeo dynasty. When we practice, there are a lot of things appearing. We can discover this ourselves. But sometimes, when we attain realization, we automatically become upset and disappointed, and so people think that the practice is not important. Buddhist practice does not have even one element that can be described as wrong. According to our practice, the result comes to us. This means that while we are alive, that result appears, but according to each individual karma, it sometimes appears late. Due to the result of our practice, not even one thing is wrong, and there is nothing that is untrue. It can appear, however, in this life or the next one, and we can see this result. This is the reason that for the past 2,600 years, many practitioners have attained the truth and became enlightened. Thereafter, relaying Sakyamuni Buddha's teachings until now, they will continue to relay these teachings to all sentient beings until the future. Just because our own practice is not so disciplined, we become disappointed. At such a time, we should go one step further so that we can attain the truth. Then it seems as if the whole world opens up. One student, the Popsanim knows, wanted to have transmission very intensely. The student went to another place and got the master's title and told others that the transmission was received from the Popsanim. And so we had to fix this problem. Transmission is actually something we do not buy. It must be instead realized through our own practice by ourselves. Nevertheless, all phenomena are impermanent and we cannot avoid death. So the Popsanim blesses this person so that in the next life he can attain enlightenment and have the correct title. Enlightenment does not come only from high education or being smart. It is through the practice that we attain it ourselves. Thank you very much, Kwang Popsanim.
Yeah.
What do you say about this? Very good. Thank you very much, Popsanim.
Thank you very much, Popsanim, for this beautiful teaching and most profound. Well, it's a very beautiful teaching. All the Popsanim's teaching are beautiful, but this one is especially beautiful. And it talk about it touched me very much because I got two daughters, and then my small daughter Maria, when she was we brought her to the monastery when she was 2.5 years old, something like that, because she was sick. She had pneumonia in the lungs, and then she cried all the time. And then we arrived there, and then the only time she stopped crying was when the Popsanim was in front of her. And then it reminded me that because it said that the baby, it was only when he heard the sound of the bell ringing that he would stop crying and smile. That's why. Yes. Well, because this teaching somehow has many, how to say, many Buddhist concept within it. No? One thing is the time, no? The concept of time in Buddhism. As you know, the Popsanim always say that in the place of Buddha there is no time and space. No? And so the time is something that we have invented, the human beings, because it's very convenient, no? to socialize and to work together and so on. But it's just a concept, let's say. No? So then, if I understood well, when it opened the hand and said Buddha has no power, no? So the monk was really dumbfounded because this is what he wrote when his master passed away, you know. But we don't know what is the cause. We don't know what is the cause why the master passed away, but we understand that he didn't attain really what is Buddha's power, no? Place of Buddha. And also in this teaching, something I like very much is something I like very much is that in those times the people has a very strong trust in Buddhism and in the master and in the science, you know, and because they said in the teaching, no, then the baby grew up wanting to practice, and so he became a monk, no. So yes, very interesting, very nice, no? But at the end of the day, something that this teaching called my attention is about the practice. How important is the practice? Because when we practice, the practice, I think, has an immense power. No? The practice and to be diligent with the practice, to be humble. To be humble is so important. And I remember that, I don't know how many years ago, but a few years ago, let's say, I had like a personal crisis, let's say, and somehow I was kind of reluctant to practice, you know, and I said, what's going on? No, I didn't understand. Because I think I have a strong determination for the practice. So then I was surprised that I was kind of reluctant to practice. And then I said I told myself, okay, if you don't want to practice, I think that the best thing that you can do is to practice. So then I did, you know, and then after several I don't know, maybe like 10 days, something like that. Then I went again into track, let's say, no. I remember that it sounded to me like many years ago I was a runner. I used to do athletics, and I remember that when you run, after a certain time, you are running, you start running, and then after, I don't know, maybe after 20 minutes or 30 minutes, something like that, then normally you have like a crisis, a breathing crisis that you have to overcome, and then
Yeah.
everything goes smoother. Yes, yes, this is very,
Okay.
very often, also with cycling and so on.
Okay.
Yes, and this is, I think, has to do with the body has to overcome some limits, and then when you overcome that limit, everything is a big road. Let's say
Yeah, yeah,
highway,
yeah, yeah.
and then this is what I thought
Makes
when I
sense,
had
yes.
this crisis.
Mm, mm,
And then we say here, and then in this teaching, they also talk about transmission.
mm.
No,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one student. Okay, transmission is so normally in Buddhism you get some monks or student, they get transmission, monks, nun, student, whoever,
Mm,
then they get transmission from the master
mm,
after they got enlightened. This is what I
mm.
have learned from the Popsaning. No?
Yeah. Mm,
But so then I understand that one thing is getting enlightened,
mm.
and a different thing is when you get transmission, when your master think that you are ready for transmission.
Yeah. Mm.
And so maybe later on we can talk about enlightenment or transmission, or you want to talk about, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
What
last,
do you
the
think
last,
is genau? What do you think is enlightenment?
yes. Well, enlightenment, I think enlightenment is attainment to realize something deeply.
Mm,
Um, this is what I think is enlightenment, and I think you don't get enlightened. I think it's a process. Let's say that
mm,
I'm just talking about theory because
mm,
I'm not enlightened. But
mm,
what I understood from the Pope Science
mm,
teaching
mm,
is that you practice, and then you deepen in your practice, you realize things,
mm,
and then you have to realize to attain and to put it into action. Let's say that you
mm,
don't step back
mm,
from this realization. This is something I found very important, that when you have a vow, when you have a vow more than a wish, a vow, that you work and practice for it, and don't step back an
mm,
inch, no? So you keep going.
mm,
So enlightenment is a process. And I think that also, I mean, you have been practicing also for quite a long time, no? And you know that sometimes you think that you have realized something, but I think it's very important to stay, how to say, to stay humble, and and even, I mean, for example, when the Bosanin appoint me as the abbot of the Dharma,
mm, mm,
and for me was a beautiful responsibility. No, it's a responsibility, but it's also an honor,
mm,
a privilege,
mm,
and then it helps you to how to say, to practice harder and deeper.
mm,
And so then if you practice deeper, then you
mm,
realize more. So
mm,
at the end of
mm,
the day, is when the person, when your master offer you something like that,
mm,
is a treasure, let's
mm.
say, and then you have to use it in a proper way,
Yeah.
and not misunderstand
Yes.
that,
Mm.
okay, now I am the abbot,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I own
Mm.
something,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
no, no.
Mm.
This
I'm better
also
than
happens.
others also, no?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
no, no.
No. So
Yeah.
then at that point, I think is when you realize things is the same thing.
Mm.
It's my impression, no? What I understand, that you realize, and that means that you have, to say, when you realize something, the real job starts, let's say, because you have realized one day in the morning or in the evening, whatever. Okay, then now if you have realized something, you have to put it into action every day.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
So
Yes.
then at that point, so enlightenment, I think, is a process that you realize and realize and realize, and then in a certain moment, your master would tell you, "Peng." Maybe you are enlightened. I don't know.
Okay. I think I have another daily reminder.
Okay.
A very good daily reminder, I think. Yeah.
You want to read it now?
I want to read it now. Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay. Daily Fragrance of the Lotus Flower by Kwang de Popsenim. 11,017, September 30th, 2022, Lotus Buddhist Monastery. After attaining enlightenment, Sakyamuni Buddha went into deep samadhi to enjoy the exquisite experience and taste of enlightenment. In that sublime state, he saw that this Saha world is exceedingly brilliant and beautiful, which is difficult to express. It is neither that easy to describe how happy this world is, but it is impossible for sentient beings to have not realized this truth. To imagine or how this, since the world they see is so different. Hence, it is difficult to save all sentient beings from suffering. Regardless of how intense our efforts are, it is still difficult to save them. For this reason, they fight and desire to take things away from others and make them their own, thereby engaging in all sorts of negative actions. Hence, in the thoughts of sentient beings, there is no beauty or happiness, and so they hurt others. Even if they find happiness, it does not even last long because they always cause negative actions and subsequent negative karma, get sick, and leave this world. With the karma made from past lives, sometimes they are born into hell, or the ghost world, or even the animal world. However, if there is at least a little virtue, we can be born as human beings. If much negative karma is possessed, even being born as human beings, then a life of extreme suffering is lived. Thus, the question is, how can this previous enlightenment be relayed to such sentient beings? Sakyamuni Buddha did not have confidence in this, and so he figured that he might as well go to nirvana. While reaching that decision, the sky and land trembled, and all the bodhisattvas, gods and goddesses came in front of him and begged him to change his mind. Thus, Sakyamuni Buddha wanted to figure out how to relay his enlightenment and make them understand. So, first, Sakyamuni Buddha decided to teach about cause and effect, which is the Aham Sutra. He taught it for 12 years. Then he taught the Bangdon Sutra, which is the law of cause and condition, for 8 years. After this, he taught the Heart Sutra for 21 years, focusing on how to attain enlightenment. Thereafter, for eight years, he preached the Lotus Sutra, and finally, for a couple of days, he instructed his followers on the Nirvana Sutra. Thus, Avatamsaka Sutra is the first. However, this sutra is actually from 7 different places. He preached it 9 times only, but only the bodhisattvas, gods, and goddesses understood it. So those who listened to and comprehended this teaching attained Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. And so we say, everything is created by the mind alone. Hence, for this reason, after his enlightenment, Sakyamuni Buddha could see through his eyes that everything was beautiful. Even if he was sitting on the rocks, he described it as sitting on the lion's throne. All the land changed to a diamond, and from the sky, a rain of flowers showered down. Everything was beautiful, which means that in the eyes of Buddha, wisdom light shines throughout the whole world. So many treasures emerged from the Dharma speech.
Mhm.
Sentient beings who have not realized the truth find it difficult to believe, but all who listen to his teaching and practice, then, upon attaining enlightenment, can see with the eyes of Buddha. So, with our lips or actions, our words and deeds will be like that of Buddha. Thus, we can have true happiness and live our lives fully with satisfaction and in bliss. So, learning Buddha's teaching and following and practicing accordingly are very important. Thank you very much, Kwang the Popsanim.
Yeah. Beautiful teaching again, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I am always impressed, no, when I hear about Sakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment. Because what I understood from the Popsanin is that Buddha Sakyamuni is the hero of our time, let's say, is because he was the first Buddha. He was the first Buddha who could explain the enlightenment, who put it into words, what he had seen, no? He had seen. And you can read in this teaching that at the beginning he didn't want somehow, no? But he said here that all the god and goddesses and bodhisattvas they came out just to please explain us what you have realized, no?
Yeah.
And then that is when the Dharma started, when he started to relay the Dharma to the will of the Dharma, no? The Dharma will. I'm always very touched, let's say.
One question between. Do you think the Dharma started then, or is the Dharma infinite?
No, the Dharma started already, but he was the first one because if I understood well, before all the teachings and all the teachings they were transmitted mind to mind from the master, from the previous Buddhas to the monks or disciple or student in general, no? But then it was Sakyamuni Buddha, which I think is something that I will be grateful all my life, is that he was the first Buddha who put the Dharma, which is the law of the truth, he put it into words. He put it into words, then everybody could listen, and then later on, 500 years after he passed away, then they collected everything in the sutras. No? But because to put it into words is I imagine that to get enlightened, that I don't know what it is, but when I think of it, is already I feel like this. And to put that into words must be something extraordinary already. No? That's why it says, no, that the Dharma will start to turn when Buddha Sakyamuni explained the Dharma. He put it into words.
Yeah.
But the Dharma, which is the law of the truth, as you said, it exists before this world was created. No? So it has this. There is no time. There is no time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine the Sakyamuni Buddha went into deep samadhi to enjoy the exquisite experience and taste of enlightenment, and then after that, is when the bodhisattva god and goddess said, please let us know, no, explain what you have perceived.
Yeah. We like to have it also.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, because Buddha means light, no? Buddha a word in Sanskrit. If I understood well, Buddha means light.
Wow.
Yeah. So then Sokamuni was Sokamuni. Sokamuni Buddha his name was Sokamuni. And then when he got enlightened, it seemed that the people around him, they said Buddha, Buddha, because there was some light coming out of him, no? And this is how I understood this that is called Sokamuni Buddha, no? Because the light was coming out of his body and the forehead, no? So then, of course, as you said, they were okay. I want to see that. I want to perceive that. Please explain us, teach us, no? And then for me, always something that I only the person knows is that why he started preaching. The first thing that he preached, that the first thing that he taught was about the cause and effect, which is the Aham Sutra, no? Because there are many sutras, but he decided to start with that, no? The Buddhism always say that cause and effect is so important, no? Always one and again, year after year. Yeah, but for me, from my from my rational mind, from my human being mind, I always try to understand why Buddha Shakyamuni started teaching this and then that and then that. No? Then probably I have to practice deeper to realize why he did that.
Yeah.
And of course, in this teaching also, the person is mentioned about the the difficulty to spread the teaching of Buddha, no? That because we, the human being, we have many conditions and
many
then,
pictures in our head.
yes,
So we
illusion
something
and
has
delusion.
to be illusions. Yes.
Yes, and we have many concepts, you know, concept walls. Then
also we Buddhism has to be what Buddhism, no? It's also a picture in mind from people also.
Yes, and also
is about Buddhism is about what is it about, and so
I understand. Yes,
and
the concept that they have. Yes,
yes.
For me, when some people ask me, and something that the people understand like this, Kwang, is about Buddhism is about equality. Kwang, this is something okay. We are not competing, you know.
Yeah.
This is about Buddhism is about equality. We are all the same. We are all Buddhas, as the was saying, explained many times. And Buddha Shakyamuni in this teaching, it says no that Buddha Shakyamuni, one of the things that he saw is that everything is full of absolute energy. No, everybody shines, everything shines, and this is something that recently, in the last 2 retreats in our monastery, the Posanin has been teaching the last 2 years, I think, about finding our true self nature. But something that the Posanin recently accomplished is to put the self nature, true self nature, into a painting. No, the Posanin was really willing to show us in a painting what is our true self nature, how our true self nature looks like. No? And so the Posanin made 2 recent paintings. One of them, you were there in
yes I was there. I saw it. Yes.
So you are witness of that. Yeah, that painting that it was super shiny. No, that it was. There was in the previous retreat. There was something said, I'm trying to find how to paint it, but the person was not 100% satisfied. But in the last retreat, the painting the person showed, it was the person got it. So the person was very happy that the person could paint it. And so the person is not only I'm not teaching you only with words,
Mm.
or blessing, but I can show you, in a painting, you can see
Yeah.
how our true self nature looks like. No?
Yeah.
And so I was trying to say that at the end of the day, what it shows is that is light, no?
Mm.
So we are eventually light. Absolute truth is
Yeah.
eventually light. Uh,
Mm.
and we must, I think this is something that for me, in the last year, when the Busaning started to paint this, to make this painting, about the true self nature, we did some energy exercise with the Popsaning, with the breathing and so on. And I got, man, what is this? Because normally, I mean, I tell you, I'm not a, how to say, mm, I don't have much imagination, let's say,
Mm.
So I practice and I think and rationalize and I practice, relax and so on. But
Mm.
when it's the time to imagine things, it's kind of hard to me,
Mm.
samadhi, image, and all these things. But
Mm.
this time when we did this energy exercise, and then I saw this strong light, which is
Mm.
the Buddha's absolute truth light.
Mm. Mm.
Um, and then it's what is this? So then we stopped the exercise. We finished the exercise, and then there was an asked us, and we were all, bang, what is this? But then later on, we was even more surprised when 2 days later there was an brought the painting, and it looks exactly as the image that we experienced during the
Oh, wow.
the energy exercise, So it
Wow.
was exactly the same,
Oh, wow.
And so then something that I have, let's say, recently realized is that we are light.
Mm.
We are light,
Yeah.
we are light.
Of course.
This is a
Mm.
form. This is my
Yeah.
gray
Yes.
shirt,
Yes.
and but at the
It's
end,
mm. It's
what do
from
you think?
nature. Yeah, I
Yes,
think, of course, I think we are light. Of course, yes. It's our true self nature, our Buddha nature is light. Yes, of
it's
course.
light, it's light.
Uh,
And
mm, yeah.
and this energy, which is this energy, everything is created from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything is created from there. And everything is created by the mind alone.
Yes, yes. What a sentence. What a
Yeah.
sentence, no?
Avatamsaka Sutra. I
Yes, yes,
know.
yes.
I
Yes,
know. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But at this point, this everything is created by the mind alone. And the first thing that think is I think about my mind,
Mm.
my personal mind,
Yeah.
no?
Okay.
One mind.
Mm.
But it's the mind, the
Yeah. The
big mind,
mind. Yeah.
It's the
Another
big,
word for
yes,
Buddha. For
exactly.
I think there are only different words for the same.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah. The mind
yes,
is like Buddha.
yes, yes. Yeah, because the Bobsaning, how to say, for me, of course, I am very grateful to the Bobsaning, but at the same
Mm.
time, I feel very shame,
Mm. Mm.
that because the Bobsaning has explained us the wall of Buddha in so many different
Yeah.
ways,
Mm-hmm.
even with
Mm.
painting, with food,
Mm.
with
Mm.
um, that's it, you know.
Yeah. What's happened here? What's wrong with this?
We need to open, and then, but the thing if the more you want to open is the farther it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think we have to just to
yeah.
relax, relax,
Yeah,
fall
yeah. And
asleep, but
enjoy.
we have to
Enjoy is I
enjoy.
think
Yes, yes.
enjoying is also very, very important to
Important.
enjoy the practice.
Yes,
Enjoy so no the
yes,
energy,
yes, and the beauty. No,
the
this is
beauty,
something that
yes, of
I
course.
think beauty is also very
Mm,
important
mm,
for our
yeah.
social Buddhism. Just
Mm,
to adorn this wall with beauty
yeah,
is very important.
yeah,
And because when something is beautiful, the people like it. You make the
yeah,
people more comfortable. So
yeah,
then this is something that we have to keep
yeah,
ongoing,
yeah, yeah,
ongoing.
yeah, yeah. What do you think? Um, Is world peace possible?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I wake up 5:30 in the morning because world peace, because I believe that world peace is possible.
Mm.
Otherwise, I would not wake up that early in the morning. Very important reason for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I practice every day because my commitment, my Buddhist commitment is that I want to contribute to make this world a better world, let's say.
Yeah.
Um, that's why everything, I think that all the precepts, all the teachings, all the practice, all whatever the Popsanin does or the Buddhist we try to do, is in order
Mm.
to attain world peace. This is
Mm.
the main goal. The
Mm.
main goal. Of course, you want to get enlightened and to eventually accomplish Buddhahood. But in the meantime, it's very important that when we wake up in the morning, we have the correct mind, the correct speech, and the correct action in
Mm.
order to help everybody to feel comfortable. And I think this is the path to attain world peace.
Mm.
This is very easy to say in these times where we have 2000 wars here and there, which is terrible. A lot of people, a lot of jealousy, a lot of bad ambition and greediness and so on. But you remember, we have every morning, we have a vow
Mm.
where we say that I will, well, what do we say? I will repeat this mantra until I become Buddha, or I will repeat this mantra and everybody and every
Mm.
living being is saved.
Mm.
So I will continuously repeat this mantra forever and ever.
Yeah.
This is a vow that we got from the Popsanin, and this is something that we have to take very seriously.
Mm.
Even if we repeat every morning, I always have the impression that I don't take seriously enough,
Mm. Mm.
But in the meantime, I keep practicing and try
Mm.
to do it and repeating the mantra. But
Mm.
this is something that I'm not satisfied because the Popsanin, as I said, I owe so many things to the Popsanin. The Popsanin has taught us so many things. All these things that we get from a master like the Popsanin, which is a enlightened and living Buddha, this is something that is very difficult to explain here, no?
Mm.
Of course.
Mm.
But for my personal experience and personal feelings, let's say, I'm not satisfied because I cannot fulfill 100% my vows. So
Mm.
I try to keep my vows,
Mm.
but I always think that I don't give enough,
Mm.
that
Yeah.
or I don't know how
Mm.
to give
Yeah.
enough. But
Yeah.
my impression for sure is that sorry, yes, Miondo is calling me. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I think that I didn't give enough yet. So I
Mm.
have
Yeah.
to keep practicing.
Me too. Me too. I have the same. And what are your personal goals?
My personal goals, my personal goals as a Buddhist, you mean, or in general?
In general.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm very satisfied with my profession.
Mm.
I have enough success,
Mm.
and but I still want to keep going because I like to how to say I organize events, no? So then I would like to have more successful events, safer events, so that the people enjoy, but they are safe, all the young people especially, and so on. So this is something that I keep working on that. This is from my professional point of view, and to
Mm.
try to do new things, also different things, not only what I have done, but also different things. This is something that to have challenges, professional challenges, is something that I keep working hard on that. From my family point of view, I I hope my two daughters that they get independent, that they work by themselves and they have a good future, a good job,
Yeah.
professional life. This is something that I really I am into it. Mm, with my couple, with my wife, we have been together already, I don't know, like 35 years, something like that.
Mhm.
And I am fully satisfied, fully satisfied. I mean, not fully satisfied. I I got more than I expected, especially
Very
yes,
good.
yes, yes, and and especially since we got married from
Mm,
the Bobsaning,
mm,
and this is something that only the people who feel the love that I feel for my wife can understand that,
mm,
So
mm,
I am very happy. And personally, as a Buddhist, of
mm,
course, I would like I would like to get enlightened. I
mm,
don't want to be shy on that. I
mm,
wanted to, when I was a student of the Bosanin, I wanted to be a disciple.
mm,
And my wife has called me and she said, no, but why you should say that, no? And then I said, because I would like to be a disciple. I want to be, because if the Bolsaning appoint me as a disciple, it would mean that I had attained something. So then I like, and so then I would like to keep practicing and really to get rid of my Juan Antonio Moral Hernandez and to really become Ae Kwan 100%.
mm.
So yes, I would like to get enlightened and to eventually to accomplish Buddhahood. This is why I practice for. So then I
Mm,
can I can I can be clear and
mm.
help others. This
Yeah,
is I mean this is why I practice
yeah.
basically to eliminate my
Mm,
ignorance, to let the wisdom appear. No,
mm.
so I don't want to be an obstacle. I want to be a vehicle for wisdom. Something like that.
Oh, very good. Is there anything you would like to recommend to young people?
To young people, okay. To young people, to be good boys and girls. I would like that the young people at least try Buddhism, Buddhist practice, Buddhist knowledge, Buddhist concept, that they get close to it, um, and eventually that everybody, because the Sangha is something, I mean, the Sangha, which is, you know, Sangha is the master and the monks, nuns, and followers and practitioners, people who follow the master, no? So then I hope that eventually the whole world become one Sangha, no?
Mm,
But for the young people in these times, Gakduk, what I would really wish is that they that they work hard, that they don't get caught by laziness and ignorance somehow, and that they get some wisdom, try to be clear,
mm,
to be good
mm,
people, to help young people, to help old people, to help everybody. And I love young people. I mean, how to say, I'm a fan of young people. I love young people. Um, in my company, I normally am in charge of the human resource department. So I am the
mhm,
one who normally interview new people and so on. And
mhm,
I love the new generation. I mean, the people say, no, but the new generation here and there, they're not happy. The new generation are wonderful. The thing
mm,
is, they only have to find their ways. They have to focus and find their way. Uh,
mm,
Now, because I am 65, okay, and now we talk about the young people. But when I was young, I was also kind of lost. So then you look for what you are looking for. You even don't know what you are looking for. No, this is my
mm,
case, for example. No,
mm.
Yes, I explained you at the beginning. I was not looking for Buddhism. It just came in front of me. Yeah, you know, and then so I took it. I went on board. But so I hope that all the young people that they work hard, they study hard, that they learn, and that they help the whole society, and that they are not lazy. This is my main thing for the
Very
young
good.
people.
Very good.
But they are
Thank you.
doing well, so no problem.
Very good. Thank you. So slowly, we come to an end.
Okay.
And I have one question. How can people get in touch with you?
Ajá.
Yeah.
I have a cell phone number available,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
which is 34 for Spain,
Yeah.
and then 629
Yes.
46
Yes.
98
Yes.
66.
Okay. And this is your phone number.
Yes, 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 yes. I give it to everybody. So I don't, I like that. I feel
Yeah.
comfortable with giving it.
Yeah. Very good.
And
Very good.
yes,
Easy. Very easy.
yes, I am of help. Here I am. So
Very easy. Very good. I like it. Yeah. So, Ae Kwan, Kwan, I thank you so much
thank
that
you very
you
much. Thank you to you.
give me your time
It's a
and
pleasure. It's a pleasure.
for this podcast. And
Very nice. Very nice. So I am Gakduk. I am very grateful. I congratulate you because what
thank
you
you.
do. I mean, it's a sincere congratulation.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I
Thank you.
think
Thank
I
you, the
think you are.
Popstaman.
Yes, thank you very much for standing. And I hope that there are more initiatives, like this, that so that we can spread the Dharma and the young ones
Yeah.
can flourish more,
Yeah. Yeah.
like what you do. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Okay. So see you soon.
See you soon in Hawaii, eventually.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and have a nice day. And also many greetings to your family, to
Thank you
Rosa
very
and
much.
Maria and Ellie.
Okay. Thank you to Hansi and Gina. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Bye
Bye.
bye.